All right, guys, we are live on the Independent Investor channel. We'll start just a few moments early tonight. Wish everybody a Merry Christmas. I hope you and yours have had just a fabulous time spending that time with family where it's supposed to be spent. No doubt about it. It's absolutely this fulfilling time of the year. And it's also an important time to reflect back on what it's been pretty crazy year this year. I think it's probably hinged on the chaos side for me personally, I guess. It's been a real emphasis for me in a lot of different facets. It's been challenging professionally, the channel project, as well as some of the other pieces that we've put together here in the social media presence. It's been the best year I've ever had. Investing, it has been the best year I've ever had, no doubt about that, in the face of what has been a real disappointing year. And so I think in reflection, I think it's worth being thankful that we're a few days away from chalking 2020 up, putting it in the books and moving right on to 2021. I think it's also important to take that time of reflection and making sure that we're identifying what worked for us, identifying our evolution, unless you've got it all figured out, which I contend is impossible in the investing world, then you can look to 2021 to kind of see where you want to put your areas of emphasis. There's always something to do. Yeah, it's amazing to me. I was just talking to my good friend in the channel, and it really brings me back home as to why I do this channel and the relationships that I've made, especially in 2020. This has been interesting for me because I have had the chance on multiple occasions to sit across from people via Zoom, and it's really been kind of thrust into our lives, whether or not we want it or not. This is kind of the environment that we do live in now. I've conducted more business meetings this year from a professional capacity and a personal capacity as well. I mean, we just had our Christmas yesterday through Zoom, because it's so much more commonplace now than it was before 2020. And I think it's here to stay. I really do. I want to welcome Adam Hardy as well into the group. I'm going to kick over real quick and see if I can't find him in the thread. I owe him a wrench. There he is. Fantastic. Merry Christmas to you. Fantastic. I just anointed you. I threw a wrench at you. Merry Christmas, my friend. Very cool. So what we're going to be doing tonight on the live stream is going to be really quite fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. I see a lot of familiar faces. The invites are dropped in the thread, honestly. This is going to be the giveaway episode. I'm going to give away 5 free memberships to the Viper group. You only have to be in the Viper group to be eligible to be in the drawing. That is part of the deal, to be in the Viper group. I think there's some special stuff happening over there. And I'm not exempt from that, man. I tell you what, I find all the time where I'm either leading a meeting like I did Sunday night for 60 minutes with the entire group smashed into StreamYard here, just talking to people, man, conversing and getting to know them. And also on the other side, man, where I have had the opportunity just this week after 2 years of self-study to buy my first options contract. I sold my first premium this week. And I retire with Randy with Retire with Options, man. He was kind of poking a little fun at me saying, are you doing away with dividend growth investing, Ryan? I find that kind of funny because if nothing else that I've been able to prove over my time and tenure on YouTube, I typically don't prescribe to one money-making strategy. JMac Investing, who's also in the building tonight, I'm wishing you Merry Christmas, Jason. You've got a lot to be thankful for. Your portfolio video that you rolled out today, that's pretty impressive. And if you want to bundle that up into one word, in all seriousness, it is in fact empowered. I hate to get all sappy on you, brother, but I remember our first conversation like it was yesterday. I really do. And I think if nothing else, there might be thousands of people who tune into that and say, man, can I do it too? Well, I'm going to speak for Jason because on the live stream, I know he would agree with me and say that it's absolutely possible for anybody to do it. It really is. It just, you got to be in the grind. You got to be in it. But the YouTube opportunity has really provided a conduit for awareness. I typically don't really enjoy YouTube from a certain perspective. I think it has just about as much potential to cause a lot of damage for people. I really do. I think there's a lot of people out there that are untruthful. I really do. I think there's a lot of people out there that propose to be something more special than they even are. And I can tell you right now, on the Independent Investor channel, man, we're really trying to strive for more of the truth. And the truth exists in relationships. It really exists in identifying your own personal opportunity and your own personal potential, and helping you realize that potential. And that's really the key. I do have a guest in the studio. Shokat, I see you there, man. It's great to have you, man. He's smiling. He looks like he's ready to go. But what I'm going to do, man, is I'm going to kick off the live stream. I've got to do the intro because it pumps me the hell up. Really does. And then we're going to do our first drawing. I'm going to try to do one every 10 minutes for the Viper group. And how that's going to work is it's going to mean one free year. Absolutely. The Viper group is $5 every single month is what it shakes out to be, which is kind of laughable. I think each and every person in that group would identify that there's probably tenfold the value that they're getting. But nonetheless, these are some of the perks of many that we roll out in that private group, that of which I don't have time to do in real time in social media. That is my conduit, the WhatsApp group and the Slack group that we have, the Slack Discord. Those are the two methods of delivery, and we are in there on a daily basis throughout the day, talking and chiming it up, guys. So we've got a jam-packed live stream tonight. Merry Christmas to everybody. Really appreciate you guys being here tonight, and we'll kick it off. I'm going to be able to top that intro in 2021, but I'm going to try. I'm going to let my creative juices go, and we'll see if we can't dig deep. And that just never gets old for me. I don't know. It pumps me up. And why not have a little fun about investing? Absolutely. I have as much fun as I can possibly have. I love investing. I really do. Where it becomes much more enjoyable is when we can scale the message to others. That's the key. It really is, where you can realize that potential that I spoke about at the top of the stream. But I really want to kick over. I do want to do my first drawing. I will give away 5 tonight. This is huge because you can either take it and use it. There are a select few, honestly, in the Viper group that I've given lifetime membership for free of charge. Very, very few. So I would just ask, if you are one of those folks that get drawn tonight, you'll have the option to pay that forward and provide that membership at that entry cost to the self-directed investor group. It's a fantastic opportunity, man. The Zoom meeting alone is worth it, to sit across from someone like myself who will take the time to listen and really try to identify what the heck is right for you, and on all different facets in the investing game, whether it be your spending game, whether it means identifying a little bit of surplus capital, whether or not it means harnessing your spending discipline. Maybe you need to get some debt under control. Maybe you want to get the debt under control and invest at the same time. All right. It's a great opportunity to sit across from somebody like myself who says, look, man, I don't have all the answers, but I tend to base the success on the Independent Investor channel on the results that we've been able to render, especially over 2020, man. It's been just a gangbusters year for us this year. It's been a lot of fun this year, and I'm humbled. I really am humbled at the opportunity to provide those for you guys. So I'm going to kick over. We're going to spin the wheel. This is what I've got. I've got the Viper group thrown into the wheel here. I went through my VIP list and made sure that everybody was accounted for. I did not account for the 2 gentlemen that are going to be giving away $500 after my live stream. These crazy cats are giving away cash on YouTube. They're going to be rolling into the next live stream. I have a drink myself. So have a lot of fun tonight, guys, man. It's all about reflection and all about just being thankful for what we have and entering into 2021 with a vengeance. So without further ado, I'm going to spin this sucker and see what we've got here for the first winner of the night here, man. Here it is. That was a practice, so don't get your hopes up for the first winner. Fantastic, man. I think we've got our freaking fitness guru, man. CJ is in the house. And CJ's so legit, man. This guy is so rocking. I had the pleasure of meeting him and his wife. Fantastic. In my old stomping grounds, actually, in Michigan. But man, just doing some killer stuff. And just each of these individuals, man, are such ambassadors of the group, and just proven to me that each and every person can find their own personal empowerment journey, and stepping into 2021 is not going to be any different. All right. So I'd like to bring on a guest now, if I could, just for a couple minutes. That'll give me a chance to review some of the comments and try to give some individual shout outs as well to you guys that have made your way in here on Christmas. I totally understand. But usually when things die down and we get the presents all unwrapped and the batteries put in, and we work through it a little bit, the puzzles have already started in my household. It's usually a good time to come on and rock out the live stream. And I think I've got a streak going that I just don't want to break. So with that, I'm going to bring Showcat on, and that way I'll have a guest in the gallery here. Showcat, got me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you. Hi, Ryan. How's it going? Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Thank you.
Just wanted to quickly come on, just wanted to say hi. Really appreciate everything you've done again. I know we talked about for like an hour one other day. I think it was about like maybe last month or the month before. It won't be as long today. I just came for like just a few minutes to let you know how you really helped me out. I was going with the whole individual stocks route, and I can definitely say that right now I sleep a lot easier going into the like investing in the S&P. We use VFV up here in Canada, so I've been doing that mainly. I still been doing a little bit individual stocks, so I've been looking at things like Dropbox and things of that nature. But just to do like a little bit, I would say like majority of it now is in the VFV, since I do. I heard you out where you said right now the biggest thing that I have right now is time, so I should be using that to the best of my ability, since I have that right now. But yeah, I just wanted to come on and give you an update.
I appreciate that. You said a couple things that I'd like to just talk about. It's not just for you too, man. It's for all the younger investors who may not understand all the benefits of being an investor nowadays. And you touched on single stock, and I'm not saying that you may not evolve into, or it's not right for you now. I think the idea, and what I'm really trying to portray or to teach upon, is that there's no right or wrong answer. I think so much we want to get into this box of you need to do it my way, or you need to do it this way, or you need to do a combination of both, or none of it's good. I just think that language is so counterproductive, because the opportunity in investing is so vast, whether or not you want to take on a little bit more risk, or maybe you want to evolve into that risk.
Right.
And I think for somebody that's your age, I think the younger community, man, you've got it right there in front of you. And what an incredible opportunity with the emergence of green energy, with the emergence of technology, with the emergence of global business, with the emergence of, I mean, look at payments alone. Look at the payment space alone. Look at what's happening with the digital transformation and cryptocurrency. It's just an exciting time.
Yeah, for
If
sure.
you are a steward of investing, you should be just frothing at the mouth with what's going on right now. It's not the way I remember it when I was growing up. Was a lot more centered around the Cisco and the IBMs of the world.
Right.
And I think it's been a real learning curve for me to try to evolve as an investor as well,
Right.
to try to remain relevant and keep that going. But I think the idea, man, and our conversation, it was awesome, because the whole idea is to align something that makes sense for you now, with the caveat that you'll evolve over time and get to that end goal. So, man, thank you so much for coming on, man. I really appreciate it. Stories like yours are the ones that kind of keep me going and make me understand that there is a closed loop, that the message isn't just going out there and not being received. Does that make sense?
It does make sense, for sure. Like, I'm trying to get everyone else also like on board with the advice that you've given, and also keeping in mind that every situation is different. Like, I understand that like at the end of the day, you have to know what you are more comfortable with in terms of risk and what your timeline is and things of that nature. Just so many different factors. Right now, it is a very like difficult time though. Like it could be really scary too, because like you see all these valuations of companies and how much they've run up. I was watching Jeremy's videos. The Jeremy on the he has a channel as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but he was like talking about how, in his opinion, 99% of stocks are like overvalued, and like right now, there's really like only 1% that he would say is like a good deal. So
Sure.
um, it's just like with that, like it's really hard to say like how it's gonna look in 2021. So you kind of just have to be prepared for everything, I would say. So my plan,
Absolutely.
I would say like maybe just holding a little bit cash on the side just in case if there is something that happens later on, and that way I'd be prepared for anything. But at the end of the day, time in the market is best than is the best thing to do than to stay in the sidelines. So I'll stay mainly invested, but I'll keep just some cash on the side just in case. Sorry if there's sound in
Absolutely.
the background.
No, no, you're good. No, I appreciate that, Showcat. Thank you again for coming on, and Merry Christmas to you. Enjoy yourself up there in the Great North. Really appreciate you coming on and sharing the year's end with me. I really appreciate it. And it was really nice to talk to you. Actually, I think it was last week or a couple weeks ago that we had spoke. I appreciate it.
For sure. Thank you again. Keep it up. Keep up the good work, and I'll see you
Will do.
in the 2021 as well. And really excited for the rest of the night.
Absolutely. Thanks, man.
All right.
Yeah. So, hey, that's what the message is all about. That's the piece of YouTube that I really like because it takes the attention off me. I'm an introvert. All right. I shouldn't be doing this social media thing. I would just be as happy, clamming up with my guitar and racking it for a while, man. And really trying to find those answers that way. But this channel's about you guys, really is. And he talked about some interesting stuff. I think saying that the market is overvalued, 99% of the market is overvalued. I think there's a deeper perspective to that. I would agree, in theory, that that's a good headline. There's another flip side to that argument, and to say that anybody that's maybe potentially been investing a little bit longer than Jeremy has would probably say that those misconceptions or misapplications about the stock market have been going on for the last 5 decades. There's never been a point along the line where you couldn't say, hey, the market's expensive now. Hey, this is getting out of control. Matter of fact, if you want to look at tech valuations now and look at it going into the tech bubble of 2000, there's no comparison at all. None. And I think some of the things that you have to kind of question is, before 2020, did we even have $1 trillion company? My assessment is that we've got 3 now, right? Google, Amazon, Microsoft, and Apple, we've got 4, right? So, it's relative. Things do change and evolve. And I think the deeper question as well is to say, look, am I going to, is it going to affect my decision to invest? Am I not going to invest? Am I not going to look to build wealth for me and my family over time? Am I going to not look to participate in financial markets because of what some YouTuber tells me? Here's the thing: on the Independent Investor channel, you're never going to hear me talk in definitive terms insofar as to impact your decision to or not to invest. That's not going to happen. No way. I'm looking to draw awareness on the many benefits of wealth building and holistically financial stewardship. Okay. Because I think that everybody out there has surplus. Now, the question becomes, most people want to just spend all that surplus. They feel like they're not going to be happy unless they go out and they just blow their surplus. And I don't care if you've whittled down your surplus to identify $25 extra in the budget. That's why I earmark that. It's not because it's going to make you $1 million. It's starting you on a deeper level of thinking to identify surplus in the budget. Look, if you want to go blow your surplus, go ahead. Okay. I'm not your dad. I'm just your YouTube friend. Okay. Giving you an awareness piece to maybe think a little bit deeper, to say, you don't need that money. You don't need it. Nor do you probably need all that other crap that you would have just otherwise bought with that surplus capital. It doesn't work that way. Okay. Get over yourself a little bit. Identify that surplus capital. And for me, not investing, because you've listened to some YouTube channel say that the S&P 500 is overvalued now, there's all kinds of things you can do. There's all kinds of things you can do in an overvalued market. Put more to cash. I'm going to identify my 2021 goals. At least I hope we get to it on tonight's live stream. And it has a lot to do with just increasing the dollar cost average schedule to multiple accounts that I have, right? You could look to do the same. You could look to build some cash. There's all kinds of defensive opportunities out there to put money to work in the market without risking the farm, okay? The question is, do you invest or not to invest? And I've said many, many times, for our youth, I don't think there's any single greater wealth building tool than the stock market. How you deploy your capital, what strategy you look to deploy, whether it be passive, whether it be dividend growth, whether it be growth, whether it be SPAC investing, right? Jason did a really good job. What I took away through my lens of his portfolio review is that he's looking to establish strategic buckets. That's what I saw. And if Jason would say, Ryan, you saw the wrong thing, I would appreciate that. But that's what I saw. And there's a real lesson there to be had in that there's more than one way to win in stock market investing. There's more than one way. But again, if you're going to come to me and say, Ryan, I don't know, I heard it through a YouTube channel that the S&P is overvalued, I'm not going to invest. I would think that that's actually a bigger risk than going down the path of some financial discipline and some stewardship. And I think one is crazier than the other. I really do. I'm not going to live my life and reflect back on my life having not participated in financial markets and not doing everything I can possibly do to get ahead. That's just not the way I operate. And hopefully you guys can take a piece of motivation away from that strategy, a little bit of motivation. And you can take that motivation without me telling you which direction the stock market's going to go on any given Friday. That's not the way I roll. That's not what I believe in. And that's not what my 25, 26 years of experience in the stock market tells me to tell you that's aimed at helping anybody that's looking to gain good, honest information about the opportunity in wealth building. That's not the way I roll. All right, cool. I'm going to kick over. We're going to roll again, guys. Here it is again. CJ was our last winner, man. So I'm going to roll one more time. And I'm taking note of this, guys. And basically what this means is you can get your 2021 dues for free. It's worth $60. Now, the price of the Viper Group is going to go up after January 2nd. Okay, so just keep that in mind. All right. So, Jake, man, we've got one of my brothers in arms. Actually, one of the very first ones that's made his way into the group. So Jake is my second winner. So that's freaking amazing, Jake. I'm going to get with you offline. I believe Jake was one of those kind of originals. He's been with me a long, long time. And for those loyal folks, it helped me ground build the group. And for that, I want to say thank you. But I can guarantee he's probably got a brother or a sister in arms as well. Shipmates. They know what I mean. Maybe they can bring him to the message and put him in front of me. Maybe we can change a life. Absolutely. So very, very cool. I appreciate that. All right. I got Christopher Blaine in the house, man. And Christopher was bragging this year, 2020, was the year of the syrup and the hot sauce. Chris, I got to be honest with you, man. That hot stuff is still in my refrigerator, man. I can't do it, man. I'm weak. I got to get my dad over here because he can drink that stuff straight. He loves it, man. But the other stuff, backyard blend, I believe, magic. It was awesome. It's the power of the network, I think, and bringing people together. There's just a ton of good people, man, in this group. And for that, I'm really thankful. I'm really thankful for you guys. You know, each individual member of this group really just brings an individual independent investor to bear. And that's the whole point to this channel is to celebrate you. It really is. And I'm just the guy to be the ambassador of that. So Mr. Dividend James in the house. Very, very cool. And some shout outs tonight for sure. I hope Randy makes his way into the live stream. I'm just now cruising down through the comments to start. Yeah, I think he created a monster. I did engage in about 2 years of self-study on options. It just really wasn't sitting with me. But I'm going to kick in and I'm going to review the portfolios, how they shook out. I think I would enjoy this if I was coming into the live stream. So this is the taxable, the value just shy of 100. Obviously, you can see there a little bit of a move to cash. I went ahead and took profits in the total market because I'm trying some strategic things to actually sell some premium on the put side and pick that up at 185 on the VTI. I'm going to stop buying stock outright. I'm not going to buy stock outright until I run it through an option scenario. And I actually think that this new option strategy, which I built a new thread for you guys, I'm going to show you my new options contracts tonight. After we get through it. But that's how the holdings shake out there. If you've heard of some of those companies, good on you. Boeing, Bristol Myers, Altria Group, Bank of America, which I just wrote the contract on for. Most of these contracts were for 22 or 29 January 2021. Leggett & Platt, AT&T, Duke, General Dynamics, Lockheed Martin, Southern Company, and Hyliion. And Duke, for example, would have been one of those where I swung trade it, took $1,200 of profit on that. Instead of jumping back into the stock at 96, I would have just sold premium against it at 90 and picked it up at 90. So really just to give you an insight to my evolution and how I'm going to incorporate not only covered calls into my program, but also selling premium on the put side of the house as well with some cash secured puts. So instead of just buying the stock outright, I'll just write the contract. If it goes there, it goes there. If it doesn't, I collect the fat ass premium and I'm good to go. 2021 is going to be interesting for me. And I'll chronicle the journey for you guys. I have no problem with that. This is the real deal. This is you come into a live stream, that of which I make zero money for. You guys wonder if there's value in the Viper group. Well, there's value in the Viper group because I can give away this information on my live stream free of charge, that of which a lot of channels, one that's been mentioned specifically, charges you $40 per month to come in and see what I'm giving to you for free. Why? Because I'm a player. And that's the way players roll. Yep, VOO, 3M, Chevron, Disney, Cisco. Got CVS, which I've written a contract on that as well. Home Depot, Hyliion, JPM. You'll see here that the switchback warrants, I got up to 10,000 of trading profit and I just halted it at 1850. I'm good. That could be problematic. I see some similarities on what's going on with the run up and switchback. I love the company. I really do. Thank you to Jason. He kind of turned me on to that and said, hey, you need to take a look and here's an awareness piece for you. It's cool, that type of community atmosphere. That's what I like. But I looked into it and I really like it from an infrastructure play. And I think it's on the front of the wave. I think it's really in an emerging industry. But the problem is it's going to be a prove it after they merge. So we'll see what happens with switchback, because I do see some similarities. And at 1850, I'm not willing to pay for the warrants at this price. There's so much of a separation between the warrants and the common stock now. It kind of tells me that there's somewhat similar unfolding between what happened with the Hyliion common shares and the Hyliion warrants, right? Where I just went upside down in the Hyliion warrants. There was nothing I could do. It was more conducive to sell at a loss than it was to try to pay the $30 to convert it for a bigger loss. So I sold it for a loss. It'll be a tax deduction on the tax loss side of the house. No big deal, right? We're 1,200 shares long on Hyliion for you guys that are wondering how big these positions are. But nonetheless, 92% in stock, 10% cash, whatever. Good stuff. And then the number two here, we've got these Roths have killed it. They've gone up significantly, but just incredible. About a $20,000 swing between the two of them here. It's been $100,000 a year all the way around. It's just been nasty. I've just gotten, I can't remember what Jason said on his portfolio video, but he was killing it. And it's true. It's really nice. We don't do these YouTube videos to sit here and play. I'm not doing this to give arts and crafts hours. This is serious business. And if we're not getting ahead by tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars, then let's just shut this bitch down. I don't really care, right? But this is about getting ahead, okay? And you look at each of these multiple success stories here with Kyle, Jason, myself, Matt, okay? There's multiple success stories there at work. So if you're new to the message and you're becoming motivated and saying, hey, I can do this too, you absolutely can. All right. So there's the listing there, pretty cut and dry. If you guys need me to elaborate on any of that, I certainly can. You can drop it in the thread, but you guys are aware that's doing quite well. 109, we're just shy of 110. So we're securely above the six-figure mark, at least for the time being. Who knows what's going to happen into 2021? And then the M1 Finance just killing it. This is just absolutely just been a gem. This was a hybrid portfolio, kind of strategic on my part, and I love it. I'm keeping it. I really like this, coupled with the power of M1 Finance and being able to strategically allocate each of these specialty ETFs from Vanguard. They run at about a 10% clip every year. So they perform very, very well, and together they kill it. They kill it. So can't complain there. 12,388 on that one. And then the aggressive growth. This is just a beast. This is a beast. What can I say? Yeah, this is good money, man. Yeah, we're batting 11-11. We're batting 1,000 in this account. All of them are in the green. All of them. Not too shabby. Not casino odds there. That's for sure. So part of my strategic goal for 2021 is going to be to dollar cost average a little bit more in the employer sponsored. This is my TSP 75-15-10 for all you military out there. I did not update the PIP tonight, 1409. I'm sure it's better than that now. No big deal. But to just give you guys a general idea, and this is the new ticker that I'm throwing on here for you guys for the options contract, all covered calls. I tried to sell the premium on the put side for VTI right before the market closed this week, and I couldn't get it just right. I whittle that limit order back. Unlike a lot of the stocks that I buy where I'll just step in, I buy a lot on market order, and I probably do miss out on some profit there. With options, you can't do that. You got to look at the bid-ask spread, and you got to walk it back penny at a time before you get that optimal, because if I'm selling premium, I want the maximum bang for my buck, and I think we've done that with these names here. Collected about 3,500 in premium. Yeah, man. You betcha. A lot of it tax protected, some of it not. Bank of America is not. Part of the High Leon holding is not. Altria Group is not. AT&T, CVS is. Kraft Heinz is. O is. Pfizer, Citigroup, and VYM are all tax protected premiums. So really good stuff. That rounds it out, guys. Very cool. We are in our third block here. And we've identified two winners tonight, CJ and Jake. In the house. Couldn't be happier for those guys. Pretty awesome opportunity. I'd be stoked, man. I'm part of the group, and I'd be stoked to win. But I'm going to kick over again, and we're going to roll, and see who wins this. I practiced this earlier, man, and there was some funny winners that came up. I was like, man, oh, good job. Well, we're rolling again for the third one. We'll see how it shakes out. We'll see who is in. Leon is in the house, man. Fantastic. Leon, congratulations. That's very cool, man. Hey, just a small token of my appreciation for you making your way in there. So Leon, very cool. You'll be standing by for an email from me. These digital gifts, honestly, guys, I was thinking about doing, like the Raging Bull. I don't know if I get crazy one of these years, then the Raging Bull will go up for market. But I did buy another one from Wall Street, actually. So I've got it. It's really cool. And I was going to auction that off this year, but it's really difficult to ship that stuff. So digital products are kind of the best way to roll out for you guys during these year-end opportunities. But just to frame up the Viper group, I'm doing weekly meetings in there. They're open and they're digital, and I run them through StreamYard. So we pack it full, 8 to 10 people maximum in the meeting. I can rotate people in and out of the meeting. There's a comment feedback loop within the Slack, as well as the WhatsApp group. So people are bringing some killer ideas to bear. And that way we're really streamlining the opportunity. I've got Miss Ruth, who I'll be meeting with this week, next week. That's my next Zoom appointment. And those are the ones I really look forward to, man. I have just met some incredible people through social media. And that's really the benefit for me, is meeting people that I wouldn't have ever had the opportunity to meet. Right. Just a lot like the conversation I had with Mr. Bob Wright, who's just a VIP supporter, just a freaking awesome guy. Freaking awesome guy. What else can I say? It speaks to part of the reason why I do the message, actually, is to network with you fine folks. And Merry Christmas, Brianna in the house. Fantastic. Great to have you. I'm going to try to get some shout outs tonight. I got to get Aaron T, man. Aaron T just joined the family. He's been in the live stream, and I didn't know there was a connection. There's a Brothers McMullen here, man, which is fantastic. And I will drink to that. Merry Christmas. I threw a wrench at you, partner. So I hope you don't mind. You're now a moderator because you're in good company. If you're hanging out with gents like this, man. Some of these folks that have been empowered investors that have come by the message, folks that I've had a chance to speak with directly. It's not about, ooh, man, Ryan's real. Yeah, no, I'm real. If you cut me open, I'll bleed. For sure. It's not one of those things to where, man, he's a YouTube guy. He's a YouTube god. No, I scoff at a lot of that most of the time. I think that's what a lot of people like about me is that we're just regular people. Yeah. We're just regular people. We can make mistakes just like everybody else, man. We put our pants on just like everybody else, except I'm wearing shorts right now. I typically do when I roll on the live stream because I'm intense, man. Anyway, that Mr. Warren Knight's in the house, man. One of my new Vipers have made their way into the group, and I'm humbled at the opportunity. I really am. I take this very seriously. You know, I want you guys to get the maximum amount of value. It would break my heart if you felt like you weren't finding your place, weren't finding it. And I know Warren, he showed up to the meeting, and it means a lot to me. And it means a lot to me insofar as you're serious about your own personal journey on this project. And all I can really do is establish the framework and the environment to where people can come in and just in a non-judgmental way say, hey, here's what I got. How is it that you would look at this situation? And maybe we can look to fine tune it going forward. But it's great to see you, Warren, man. I'm pulling for you, man. I'm trying to spin that wheel in just the right way to make a winner out of you, man. But no, you're all winners to me, man. You've found your way into a very special community, and I see it all the time. I see it all the time, especially with All Good. Holy smokes, man. Merry Christmas to All Good. I've got to have a shout out always to All Good, man. It's so crazy because I was watching Randy Retire with Options with Randy, and All Good was just sitting there nice and quiet, watching the lesson. And then Randy, with 5 minutes left, got to All Good and said, hey, All Good's been waiting patiently. And All Good says, no big deal. I've just been sitting here waiting and looking. And then I'm going to ask my question. It's Cisco. Can't remember if it was Cisco Foods or Cisco, the technology company. But I was sitting back and I was like, All Good can't be a day over 35 years old. But to have a 35-year-old be that interested in getting into something that me at 43 is looking to engage in, let's sell some premium. You know what I'm saying? Let's write some options contract. And hopefully All Good's laughing at that. But that's the beauty of it. I think so much of the young community nowadays, but if I was going to be a little bit critical on the younger generation, is such that they're not quite as aggressive as I think they need to be on really taking advantage and leveraging this opportunity that they have now in the investing world. Your opportunity started yesterday. What can I say? Get on it. It's on it right now, man. Its clock is ticking. Let's roll. I'm not looking to be complacent on this. I'm looking to be aggressive and really roll this out as if there is a sense of urgency, because there is. All right. There it is. There's the brothers McMullen. Merry Christmas to both of you. Fantastic. Tim's been anointed for a long time, but I just threw a wrench at Aaron. Catch it. Merry Christmas to Rebecca as well. Fantastic. Great to see you. Awesome to have everybody in here, part of the group. And David Matz has been with me for eons. Been with me my whole lifetime on YouTube, by God, since the inception. Since the beginning of time. Some of these loyal subscribers, man. It's because I push the message back to you. I give you some responsibility. I think if I would leave my message, I think I would be leaving something behind, because I think people's commitment to this community is where it's at. I really do, because it's a commitment to yourself, not me. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. You guys will understand the method to my madness someday. Fantastic. He says he's recruiting. Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's really appreciate the share opportunity. I was told by a family member my YouTube success or lack thereof with my, 25,000 subscribers plus. They said, YouTube just isn't your conduit. It's not. I think a lot of people are coming onto YouTube to be entertained, and to watch people go like this. They're not really looking for sound stock market awareness pieces. I think that's there's a niche of truth to that, I believe. So I'm kind of playing an arena. So if I'm going to play in an arena where I'm not welcome, the share is very, very required to grow the channel and grow the message. But at the same time, I get to kind of take this opportunity where I want it to go, because I'm not always just bantering to the algorithm, which is the way I like it anyway. All right. Very cool. Wishing Merry Christmas. Fantastic. It's great to see you. I have another empowered Viper. I'm pulling for you, Becky. I really am. Let me see if I can't spin that wheel. We've got 2 more memberships to give away, guys, tonight. I hope you appreciate how I'm rolling this out with the digital products. It rounds out to be about a $300 give back. That's great. I'll give another plug for Kyle and Matt. I'm sure they're probably queuing up their live stream, because I think they'd have a lot of disappointed people if they just reneged on their offer to give away $500. No, but just a small plug for those guys working their project after I'm done. Very cool. So let's kick over and we'll give another spin. Give another spin. The wheel of love, the Viper wheel. Stands for VIP membership, guys, for those of you who don't know. All right. So here goes. Leon was the last one, man. Here it goes. If I roll the same name again, which it doesn't look like I'm going to. Oh, fantastic, Courtney. Yeah, you're one of the newest. I had you on my list, actually, for a shout out. So Courtney, fantastic. Great to have you. Miss Bird. Awesome. You are my 4th winner tonight. So you have the opportunity to have 2021 on the house, or you can pay that forward and provide that opportunity to someone of your choice. It is absolutely transferable, and it is absolutely 100% lifetime price lock guarantee. I sound like a freaking salesman. It's ridiculous. So I do apologize for that. Please. I'm sorry. All right. So we've got one more slot to do for you guys. One more slot, and we'll do it in the 50th minute. But I do want to get to some of these contacts, man, for sure. I want to make sure that I'm being thorough. There was a comment that came through the thread that was a little more serious in nature last week, which really spoke to the level. I try to keep this live stream very, very fun and upbeat. And there was an individual who kind of admitted to some to hearing something motivating from me every week that helped keep them going. And I was like, whoa, that got my attention. And man alive, that humbled me for sure. It kind of speaks to the responsibility that we have too, always trying to speak and understand that everybody's coming from a different place. I think Jason, he hit it really nice when he came up on his video. He talked about, hey, this isn't a braggadocious thing. It's not. That's not why we roll out these portfolio things. But I remember when Jason was at like 27,000 or something started. I know that because that video he shared in my Facebook group. So it's like 2 years deep in my Facebook group, or right kind of when he started YouTube. So to be rendering that kind of success now is worth applauding and saying, man, the hat goes off to you. Now, how can we share that information with others? I mean, how many out there? I didn't even know what a SPAC was before 2020. And you just take those opportunities with a grain of salt. And I just think we need to approach success as if it's more commonplace. I really do. Like, this type of stuff really doesn't surprise me that much. Maybe it surprises him. I don't know. He was pretty proud of the review, as he should be. But all the best. 2020 was a good year, and it's going to get even better. I mean, that's just the way it is. You've got unlimited upside potential. That's for sure. We need the market to cooperate too, Jay. That's for sure. Merry Christmas to you and yours. Fantastico. Anthony's in the house. This is Merry Christmas. I got Mike in the house as well. This is Merry Christmas. Fantastic. Got another Viper in the group. I threw that wrench at you, Adam. I had to click over to YouTube and throw that at you. So hopefully you got that. Hopefully I got the right Adam Hardy. That's for sure. Yeah, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate you being part of this community and being an ambassador for the message. Very cool. You always mention Boeing. What do you think about Spirit Aero? I'd have to look into that. I really don't know. As a matter of fact, airlines is one of those with the casino stocks. It's some of those subsectors of industrials specifically that I don't like to invest in. Autos, I put in that same category. I've never invested in General Motors, and I like the stock. I like the company. I do invest in Tesla, but I just don't consider Tesla to be a pure play in auto industrial. I don't. Tesla's in a league of its own. It's not. I heard the gents try to compare the two companies. Man, they're just not in the same arena nor the same universe, to be honest with you. But I do own a little dab in Tesla, breaking my own rule. And I do own some shares in Boeing long in the brokerage account. I removed it for some profit within the Roth, and I moved it back to the outside. Boeing's just a juggernaut that I want to be invested in. But I'm more excited about my shares in Lockheed Martin, to be honest with you. It's one of my favorite companies. Now, Raytheon, we do hold on the inside. Excuse me, not Raytheon. Yeah, Raytheon. No. Is it Raytheon? Yeah, Raytheon as well. I was going to say Garmin is one of my other favorite in the space, and then General Dynamics and Northrop Grumman. So I like the defense sector in this space a little bit more, but I'd have to look into Spirit Air. So I don't have an answer for you, but I am a shareholder in Boeing. I think they're just the calm before the storm right now, before they get back to their glory. Absolutely. All right. Very cool. I think we're on schedule, man. Very cool. The drawing has gone well. All of my winners, they're sitting back pretty, man. They got a $60 gift certificate on behalf of the Independent Investor Channel. So congrats to all my winners in the group. We've got one more chance here, man. Jamie's like, God dang it, man. I want to freaking win. Come on, Ryan. Make it happen. Jerry's in the house here. Very cool. Merry Christmas to you and yours, Jerry. All the best to you in 2021, man. Drizzle O's singing hallelujah, hallelujah. So thank you for that, Drizzle. I really appreciate that. Very cool. You couldn't have done it. Couldn't have done it without you. Welcome to the dark side, Ryan. Yeah. Well, thank you. They were giving me some crap as well. They were like, oh, I don't know. We just transitioned the independent investor. No, not really. A lot of my success in options is going to be predicated upon my self-study in the craft. I had a personal goal to figure this out. I just needed to be held in an arena on where to really keep my discipline, because you can really get into trouble with options. You need a mature portfolio. I'm probably a little overripe because I probably should have been engaging and transitioning into selling premium about a year ago. So I've really, really taken if you want to call it complacent approach to options, go ahead. But I actually think it's more based on my desire to engage in self-study before I opted into options, because it was just something that kind of escaped me. Yeah, I don't know. But now I'm square. I'm good. I just about sold premium on Monday on Hyliion. I almost bought it back actually on Tuesday for a $200 profit. But it was just a couple seconds where I was given a window and couldn't get the order to go through. No big deal. We're good. Options give you options. Yeah, that's a little inside joke there on the dark side. I'm a happy man. Look, I watched the last episode of The Mandalorian. I just about fell off the couch. Okay. If you have the ability and the means to do that, I highly recommend it. I do. That's all I'm going to say about that. It was good. It was good. Hey, I was born in 1977. What can I say? The year of Star Wars. You betcha. Chris J, nice to see you, my friend. Very cool. Merry Christmas. Glad to have you here. All right, I got DFS Sports in the house. That's really cool. That's a cool thumbnail, actually. I like that. One of my favorite YouTube channels out there, man. Blood Phantom. He's got about 125,000 subscribers because he's so good. No, it has nothing to do with that, man. Actually, Alex is a good friend of the channel because he's got such a phenomenal investing mind. He came out with a video that actually touched me. He was surprised to see me comment on it, but I was like, dude, did this guy think of this himself? Because this is so smart. I like stuff that is being said that's contrary to groupthink. Yeah, He knows what I mean. Very true. Is DD required for success in the stock market? Do you need to do DD on Apple computers? I don't know. Just buy it. Just buy the crap, man. 'Tis the season to buy. All right. That was going in spirit of what Alex was talking about in that video. I highly recommend you check it out, man. Alex is on the level. I'm humbled to have him in the group here. He's 10 times smarter than I am. Yep. Yep. Oh, the truth hurts, Ryan. It certainly does. Certainly does. Now, you can't link over there, man, on the screen, but it is at the bottom of the thread if you guys want to kick down there and kick over. $500, man. I mean, I guarantee the odds are better on your favor. I don't know what to tell you. These guys are giving it away. Now, I don't know if they're doing 250 USD on Matt's side of the house or if they're doing 250 CAD on Kyle's side of the house. I'll leave that to them to work out. But hey, man, it's good time to be alive. It's good time to be an investor and good time to know these guys for sure. They're just two of my faves in the community. I'm humbled to know you guys. You guys are awesome. You're real hungry and you're just killing it. And I don't mean to say this, and I always premise this, that I don't mean to be condescending. I don't, but I'm really proud of you guys. You know, you're kind of taking this YouTube opportunity to the next level. And I don't know when you're going to reach your 100,000 subscribers. I really don't know. But is that really what's important? I don't know. If the bottom line is money and you're killing it, who cares? As long as we're fortifying our network and really getting up to that qualified lender status that we're all looking for. Yeah, sharpening our craft, becoming better stewards of our own game as well, but not leaving somebody behind that maybe needs some help as well. That's kind of where my strength is. I'm pretty good at that. I typically don't like to go anywhere that I'm not comfortable with. And I usually feel so comfortable about like what I engaged in for the first time this week. Now I can teach it. Okay. Some of the language that I've dropped in this live stream tonight, you would have never heard me say. But I had one of those light bulb moments this week. So it was kind of magical. I was sitting at my computer and I was like, I get it. I get it. This is cool. And Merry Christmas to Ryan Giffen in the house. Very good. This is what I saw as well. The premium was fat for sure. And the whole idea here is that I just basically set the contract at a strike price above my cost basis. So if you just heard what I said, the options traders are going to know what I'm talking about. But that's my goal. So for you guys that are more advanced on the options side of the house, fine tune your friend with the independent investor channel because I'm still learning. But I'm never so smart that I can't freaking learn. No way. That's been a trait of mine for a long time. I'm not one of those guys that go about with fear. I'm not one of those guys that go forward and I'm like, I've got this thing licked. I'm going to kick some ass at it and that's going to be the end of it. But I wouldn't be telling the truth if I didn't say that I'm pretty confident in the outs that I have and the contracts that I've wrote, this obviously being the most risky and the most lucrative, I might add. Those highly owned contracts paid me a lot of premium, very nice premium on the contracts. And remember, I owned 1,200 shares. So that was the only stock that I entered into multiple contracts on. So yeah, Merry Christmas to you and yours, Ryan. I like when you just pop on the channel and say hi. You know, you're always popping on wanting to talk business. You know, leave it to the businessman to come on and want to talk about business. You know what I'm saying? Very cool stuff, man. Drizzle's in the house, right? One hell of a creator. What am I creating? I create thumbnails that are interesting, I think. I think the live stream there's a few pockets of product that I roll out through social media that I'm very proud of. The podcast will be one of those that I just have my notes here, areas to improve. And I've incorporated some of those to you guys tonight. DCA, embolden some of those smaller accounts. We want to get the smaller accounts up to 100 grand. Let's just skip right over 25 and 50 and 100. I mean, that's the way the rich gang rolls, right, Matt? Jesus, we don't mess with piddly little milestones anymore. I thought I was right on the psychological mindset there, earmarking 10,000. Matt just rolls right through $100,000 barriers like it's no thing, like he's driving a freaking bulldozer. I'm going to call Matt the freaking rhino, man. It's insane, dude. The barriers, man, these guys are breaking down. And Jay's the same way. He's proud as hell of these guys, man. They're killing it. They're ambassadors. The quicker you could get there, the more time you'll have to advocate for the message, okay? You don't need to spend all your surplus, okay? You don't need to spend it all. You can invest a little bit, because if you don't, you're giving up the potential of enjoying some of the wealth that some of these wealth creators enjoy. There's a lot of ambassadors here in the group, man. No, make no mistake about it. We bring them together all the time. The Viper group is just a small piece to that. And with that, we're going to raffle off the last membership on behalf of the Independent Investor Channel. This will roll out. I've never given away $300 so fast, but hopefully you guys recognize these regular price are at 120. These roll out at a sale price right now for a couple more days at $59.95. If you guys still want to join the Viper group, it's open. It will close January 2nd, and it will remain closed until I run the summer sale at a date that I disclose. And then it will not be on sale again until next winter. I will run 2 specials per year. The base from year to year is going to be around $59.95, which shakes out to about $5 a month. I've already thought up and down, left and right, the price point. And if we can do our deed in providing the maximum amount of value to each and every member of the Viper group, then we are doing our job. I'm taking a bow. All right, let's kick over and rock this out. The last winner, I don't know if this like has more buildup or more like excitement to it. I have no idea. I don't know, but we'll see who is the freaking winner. Freak! Adam H is in the house as my 5th winner. That is so freaking awesome. Adam is in the house tonight. He's jumping up and freaking down. He's actually in the freaking gallery tonight. Adam, congratulations, man. Fantastic. So you guys will look for an email from me. Congratulations, man. Listen, the whole point of that is to give back. That's the whole point. I like having a venue that I can go onto and provide my sharp insight when they're there to be rendered. Okay. And the Viper group allows me to do that. And I hope Matt feels the same. And I know Kyle feels the same as well, because when they've got those sharp points of emphasis, that's the drop point for that information. I'm just going to leave all good on there for the remainder of the live stream. If that's okay with you, it's okay with me, because she's just all about love. That's what I'm talking about. But we're going to build this project. I have 37 members in the group strong. It's just an extension of the Independent Investor Channel opportunity. The channel opportunity, I mean, I was called a bozo this week on YouTube. That's pretty conducive of the intelligence level of a lot of YouTube viewers who think it's just a forum to come on and shoot venom at somebody that they don't know. So I invited them on the live stream, same as I always do, to these weak people who I would love if they would do that to my face. But we all know that people just don't do that. They like to hide behind the shadows of social media, that of which is a barrier that I would like to blow away. And I think common courtesy resonates. Yeah. And it never hurts to have a little bit of common courtesy, even if you are on a social media venue like mine. So with that, guys, that closes out the live stream. It really does close out 2020 for myself. I don't know if I'm going to have a chance to upload. I'm taking some well-deserved time off of YouTube. I have about 10 videos in the queue that are ready to upload to YouTube. I just haven't got around to getting those up. December's been an interesting month for me. I've been focused on other projects. Some promo stuff as well. That'll continue into 2021. I would just ask for your support of that project and just sit back and understand and ask yourself why you think I'm doing that. The more emboldened we get on the message, The more opportunity that we have to get to people, talk to people who in turn feels obligated to share the message and bring somebody on the message to be empowered themselves is powerful in and of itself. Okay. There's only one of me. The Independent Investor channel ceases to exist without me. It goes away. It does not go. Every other venue that I do, when you see comments in the Viper group, when you see podcasts come through, when you see posts in the Facebook, there's multiple posts going on, multiple social medias. And I think that goes for a lot of these guys in the group here, guys and gals, channel creators alike, that are really trying to push their message out there to the best of our ability. All right. So I'll foot stomp the opportunity, man. Go grab your, I don't know if these guys are going to do $100 a piece or if they're going to do one $500 prize. I hopefully they split it up a little bit in the same way that I did, but it's just to give back to you guys. Really remember, this is all about looking in the mirror and finding your personal best in this life. That's what this is all about. All right, guys. So with that, have a great rest of the holiday season. Happy New Year to all of you and your families as we move into 2021, guys. Thank you so much. We'll catch you next Friday. Thank you so much.